What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends? This is Coach E on behalf of Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep. We are accepting new clients on both sides. Now, on that personal training side, we are located at Fit Circuit. That is 22141 Rockside Road, Bedford Heights, Ohio, 44146. Now, we do offer one-on-one personal training, group training, one-on-one boxing cardio class. That is noon every Saturday, sports-specific training, and weight loss. On that meal side, we do offer personalized meal prep, catering, charcuterie boards, fresh fruit and vegetable juicing. Now, for us to get in touch with you and for you to get in touch with us, reach out to us on www.perfecttimefitness.com and sign up for those things previously mentioned. We are waiting to hear from you and can't wait to hear from you. Thanks for reaching out in advance. Peace.
Break.
What up, y'all? It is that time for another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons, brought to you by Perfect Time Fitness with your boy, Coach E, local neighborhood high school basketball coach, local neighborhood high school track coach, local neighborhood high school football coach. Also, most importantly, co-CEO El Presidente at Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep Head Trainer at Perfect Time Fitness. It is the YouTube page that you need to go to see all of these visuals, to see all the episodes, to see the other content that we upload to that Coach E's YouTube page. Like, share, subscribe, and go ahead and watch every single thing that we got up there. The two guys that you're watching with me, there's three of us in here, two assistant coaches, left hand, my right hand side, left hand side. I got a Mets fan that's happy about the signing with his team. I suppose that's why he's repping his set. What up, New York Mets, Ian?
Yeah, that's exactly it, Coach E. So Juan Soto signs a 15-year, $756 million contract. You think that'd be all the buzz? Everybody be talking about it. Man, I turn on the TV Monday morning to watch my sports shows. Not a single one of them led off with it. Matter of fact, I don't even recall any of them even mentioning it. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Somebody signed for $750 million and it don't get
no mention,
get no buzz around your sport. Everybody talking about Sunday football instead. I was like, dang, baseball, it's hard out here for a pimp. But yeah, that's exactly why. You was right on it, Coach E. But what's good, fellas?
Definitely that check. That's definitely good.
Yes, sir.
On the right-hand side, I got Schnitzel, Bizzle, Timmons, Taboo, Mister. What's up, Schnitzel, Bizzle, Taboo, Timmons, Mister?
What up, man? What up, man? I'm feeling like a Cleveland Browns fan, man. So I'm gonna pour me up a drink because it's hard times out here for a pimp. Oh man, it's hard for these. It's hard, boy. Get you drinking. Every time I say I'm gonna stop drinking, Browns, come on. Here we go. Drinks going. Anyway, it's not your boy, but your favorite grown ass man said, man, Mr. Taboo Timmons. And I know we're gonna talk some Browns and other stuff. Y'all look happy. Why y'all look so damn happy? After that Sunday performance, why y'all look so happy?
That shit ain't gonna ruin my life. I still gonna watch. I'm not about to be down and out in the pits.
Yeah, boy. I can't say I'm down and out, man, but damn it, man. Damn it. It's like I seen one more thing, man. I seen this little meme, and it was like being a Browns fan. It's like this, and they show a Chinese man repeatedly punching himself in the nuts as hard as possible. Combinations, new ways to punch yourself in the nuts. That's what it feels like, man. So what the hell we talking about today?
Well,
hopefully not nuts.
For real. But look, Coach E.
Yo.
Before I even start, Did I not send out topics
You did.
that I was thinking about talking about
You did.
before?
Hey, I'm talking about a novel.
A whole
But
novel.
did did it not include what I was gonna talk about? And did my man just not step on any type of segue I could do? But I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna do it. Do
It
what it
was
do.
actually
Because I done
perfect to the
had
first topic in the segue, but you can't tell people you got a script when you got a script there. That was an alley
yeah,
oop. You
of course
just
we got
blocked.
a script. We ain't trying to waste the people's time. But look,
Did you see a
I
block
done had
that
this
alley
whole
oop?
setup.
That perfect alley oop. He just
Yeah,
blocked.
I've been waiting. I've been instead of just going and say what's on tap. Then I'm come in and I say blah 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 blah. You over there. I'm gonna go ahead and start spilling my take before it's time.
That's why I said that ain't the take.
Yeah.
That was the
Me and
alley
like the
oop
Browns, man.
to get to the hard
You know
knock.
that's part of his take. You know that all that was part of his take for the Browns game. But anyways, man.
No,
Look,
that wasn't the first
let me
topic. Damn it. The first topic you said was hard knocks. That was the oop. That was the loud.
Which
See,
include-
let me take over for this. Then.
Please set up the first topic. I'm done. I'm done, man. I'm done. Go ahead. Run with it, man.
No, but I knew exactly where Zen was going to go. He was going to go Browns into the hard knocks,
Yeah.
into such and such and such and such. I already know how Zen roll. That's how he was about to set it up. But you came with the jack.
Yeah, no. It
I'm
actually ain't the Jack, man. It's the bourbon. It's the bourbon. It's Elijah. It ain't Jack this time. It's Elijah. I'm cheating on Jack with Elijah. So, hey, it's y'all dark skin thing. Y'all got y'all dark skin thing going on. Let out the light skin brother. Call up Ricky, man. Where Ricky and Hud them at, man? Come on, man. Let's get this going. God damn it.
Yeah.
No, that's just-
Browns lost
that's just
27-14. Talk about it, man. Go. Just go ahead, Joe.
What they lost? They lost? That's a surprise.
No, that ain't no dark skin. That ain't no dark skin thing. That's just 188 episodes of chemistry. That's all that is.
The Browns, blame the Browns, damn it. They throwing off the chemistry. They lacking chemistry and throwing off the chemistry. Man, that's who you blame. You blame the goddamn Browns. I'm discombobulated today.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna help Zen out since he came out the Negro room, got him a light in the great backdrop. Well, B, the Pittsburgh Steelers, your favorite other team, they opened up a can of whoop ass for 20 straight times in the city of Pittsburgh to us Cleveland Browns in the regular season. You can go ahead quote that playoff win that you always talk about with Baker and all that, which is nothing came after that, but you can still use that as a high point. But this game didn't show anything except what I continuously tell you about Jameis. Jameis is going Jameis. And this is still the guy that you want to start next year. We're going to be in obscurity again next year if this is the product that we continue to put out there and continue to lead us. Great leader, great vocal leader, all that stuff. Works hard. I love Jameis as a person, but just as the quarterback, you know what you are about to get. Every single year, it just ends up happening. So that's going to be the end of his script for the rest of his career. So that's why I said I want him to stick around for the backup position for however many years he got left. Well, literally, this is his last year on the contract. So you can sign him to 1 or 2 more years because we're getting a younger quarterback. So he can teach him hard work and how to watch film or just stuff that the regular veteran should be teaching a rookie or a young player that you get from wherever and whoever that you're getting them from. But Jameis will be a great teacher and bridge guy as a backup, not a starter. We just stuck with him now because I don't want to see DTR. So we can stay with Jameis the rest of the year because, hell, we can get rid of DTR for all I care. But this is what we got, B. So you're going to keep cheating on Jack because you're going to keep drinking, buddy, because it's not going to get no better. Got the world champions coming in here this Sunday, but we was only able to muster up 14 points this week, dude. 14 points. And that 14th point came in pretty much garbage time when the Steelers ended up playing kind of like a prevent, whatever, have everything underneath type defense. That's what enabled us to drive down the field whenever we did get that 14 point to Njoku. That was a pretty good catch by Njoku, too, by the way. Pretty good catch. But Myles Garrett got 1 sack. He's another sack closer to 100 for his career. Should get there this week because the O-line of the Chiefs hasn't had a good year, especially at the tackle position. So maybe he'll get that 100 sack this week. But As far as us and the Steelers, man, we just got to play them here all the time. Maybe we can stand a chance. So,
Or
what you got, BZ?
unless you got Baker Mayfield, but I am still living in that glory heyday like you and LeBron. We still live in that glory heyday power sweet right, Mr. Mayfield. So I said it when I was started watching the game. I said, damn. I said, Jameis look off today. He looked off. Now I know what you gonna say with the interceptions and all of that stuff. Look, me personally, I still stand on business. I stand on, I don't care about no interceptions as long as I'm seeing that ball slanging down the field,
This
as
is
long as I see that ball
crazy.
going. But I didn't see the ball going like I should have saw, like typical Jameis stuff. I can deal with the picks. I can even deal with the pick sixes. I'll say it again. I can deal with the pick sixes.
What?
I know it sounds crazy because one day I hope, like when we had that 32-31 lead, that my defense will just step up. Like when Flacco threw some pick sixes, that my defense step up. Yeah, I still stand on that. But, I didn't see. I was like, Jameis, look off. But he was off for whatever reason. We lost the game. I thought we was gonna compete more like he did in that game against the Broncos. He was doing some stuff, breaking records, throwing more TDs to the other team than the other team threw to themselves. Throwing TDs everywhere. Threw for over 600 yards when you count the pick sixes. All the jokes are funny, but still, bring him back. I was saving that for later on when we talk about the QBs and the drafting. But I'm gonna just say one line. If you draft a QB, I know Zen. I'm sorry, I'm out of order. I'm discombobulated, like y'all hero calling the plays now. I'm discombobulated. But yo, you bring him back because even if you draft a QB, you don't want to stick him out there. You don't want to put him out on the field. You don't want him to play. I know you do, E, but I don't. Cause that's how we done murdered, kill so many quarterbacks before this quarterback. You bring back Jameis or you get Flack O, bring back Flacco, one
Oh,
of the two, let them start, develop your young QB, and let's win some games. Cut that dead weight Watson. Cut it. Cut him. Cut. So that's what I'm talking about. I don't know why the boy was off, but look. And as far as the Steelers, since we ain't
so
talking on, you know what? No, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
I just got two questions to that, Zen, of the madness he just spewed out of his mouth. So the first thing you say is he looked off and
Yeah,
you don't know
he
why.
looked off.
Did you think about we literally just played the Steelers and they had film of what we were going to do against their defense, so they tightened up the holes that they had and they just made a better game plan defensively against Jameis? Did you ever think about that,
No,
or did you just think it was all Jameis being off?
no, because Jameis don't care about no tape. Jameis don't care about no teams being prepared. Jameis don't care. It was like he was in his own head. It's like he was Watson for a minute. I thought I saw a number 4 on his chest for a minute because it was times he was super scared to throw that ball. I mean, he was holding it. He was thinking too much. Jameis, you're not a thinker, man. You're a doer. Just do it. Nike, just do it. So no, I'm not crediting
So
that with the Steelers. Not at all.
oh, go
Hell
ahead,
no.
Zen. Go ahead, Zen. Because I
Nah,
had one more,
uh,
but I'll get it
oh, go
after
That's
ahead,
you.
go with
it.
it, go because it was to follow that point. I wanted to know if that first interception that he threw early, because after the Denver game, the infamous Denver game, 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, two of those pick sixes. So after that, in the press conference, Jameis was talking about, these interceptions. He what no, I gotta go
You
back.
gotta
What
say
was
it
it?
right.
I want to glorify the Lord.
Yeah, there you go.
Anything I do,
Uh-huh.
it's to glorify the Lord. And I can glorify the Lord. It's like, but these pick sixes, he was like, these interceptions, they just ain't me, and I want the Lord to deliver me from them.
Deliver him, Lord.
So
Mm-hmm.
Deliver him.
so when he goes into the next game and he throws his first interception early, and do you think it got into his head that, like, man, I can't keep doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And that made him a little apprehensive going forward the rest of the game because he wasn't out there. You right. Pittsburgh came up with a totally different game plan, but did also that play into it as well? Him being a little apprehensive once he threw that first interception, it's like, I don't want to continue going down this
Yeah.
road again.
Tell me I'm right too, because he was in his head. I'm
No.
right.
No, I don't believe so at all. I think that has everything to do with the defensive game plan to show him one thing, but actually do another. So that's where the hesitation came in. I don't think he was in his own head. Why would he be in his own head now? Like, what would be the point of hesitating now?
Because
That's not how he plays ever. He plays with reckless abandon, which is going to my other question and point that I have for you. So, as this Browns fan that you are, and you're sitting here literally saying crazy things about you don't care about interceptions, you don't care about pick sixes, you just want to see the ball in the air. So, in your humble opinion, my dear sir, what is the end game in this? Do you realize you cannot win anything with that? You just want to see stats? I thought Browns wanted wins. Like, I thought you Cleveland fans wanted wins. So does that not matter? Because you realize you can't win like that. You can't win anything.
Well, I actually can, because quarterbacks have proved it. You know, like I sent you that. I sent you that video. But aside from that video, you got guys that threw interceptions. Brady, early in his career, he threw interceptions. You got Kurt Warner, threw a lot of interceptions. Won Super Bowls, Super Bowl MVP. You got Brett Favre, probably threw the most interceptions of all time. Jameis is probably on his heels. You got people who threw interceptions, but the key word is throw. Like you said, Njoku made that great catch. The key word, how did he get that catch? The ball was thrown. You got to throw the ball. You got to take the chances. That's what I'm saying. Zen, you hit the nail on the head. The man was in his head. It don't matter. It don't matter. You got to give yourself a
Clearly,
chance.
it doesn't matter.
You got to give yourself a chance.
Clearly, it doesn't matter.
But
do you want to win? That's my question. I don't understand your logic behind saying throw these interceptions. How many rings does Brett Favre have?
How many rings he got? He got one, don't he? Or he got none? We got one. He got one. He got a ring though. Warner got two.
So the names that you just decided to put Jameis into a class of
Drew Brees
all-time greats.
Right.
Once again, these are all-time greats. These are generational quarterbacks that you just decided to put Jameis into that category. So you believe that Jameis is in that realm of quarterback? Because if he was, we would see total different end games to all this interception stuff. It'll be a total different scenario, but it's not, because it's Jameis. Jameis is a backup quarterback. Everybody you just named are starters and legends in the NFL.
They are starters and legends. And first of all, nothing I do is by chance. This is all design, young man. So I said that to say, like Drew Brees, he was another one on that list. These all guys that threw interceptions. Your thing is, you said, Esquire, you can't win by throwing the interceptions. That is not true.
Not with Jameis.
No, that's fake.
Not with
news.
Jameis.
And with Jameis,
as a Brown.
But Jameis, see, you gotta look at it, because, like you say, football is a game of inches, right? So Jameis could be in that conversation. Had a couple things going a little differently, he could be. He got a 5,000-yard season. He threw a lot of picks. I give you that. But if a couple
30.
But if a couple of those picks just go the opposite way, you know what I'm saying? Whether you
but they did.
But like you said, how many of them was receivers, like you said a couple episodes ago, not fighting for the ball, not running the routes, not doing what they had to do to contribute to some of them. He's obviously seeing something like Flacco. He throw the ball where they supposed to go. Receiver don't go there. Pick. That's all we know. But how much of that contributes to it? I'm just saying, Jameis is probably a couple hairs off being in one of those conversations with some of those guys that we talking about. I mean, just a couple of hairs.
This is so asinine to me. It's unbelievable. So do you realize that Tom Brady, and it really hurts me to say this, the great Tom Brady is on record in an interview saying he refuses to throw to guys who are not where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be. So he does not throw to those guys. So that's what separates those greats that you tried to put Jameis in that category. Jameis, dumbass, will continue to throw to those guys that don't fight for the ball, that are not running the right routes. But the greats don't do that. They weed those guys out. They say, oh, I can't trust that guy. So that's why you always saw Tom Brady throw to Gronk, Amendola, Edelman, reliable, trustworthy guys. Everybody else, he said he didn't even have time for them because they were not where they needed to be for him at the right time. So that's what I'm saying. That's why those guys won, because they know how to distinguish those situations, and those players don't even put those in the equation, because you can't win with those guys that don't fight for the ball, that don't run the right route. So that's what I'm asking you. I don't understand. You keep saying this stuff, but the whole purpose is to A, win a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
B, just win. We're not
Let me
winning.
ask you a
We
question.
haven't won.
What year did Kurt Warner win the Super Bowl? Was that
I don't
2001?
know the exact
Was
year.
that 2001? Zen, you the stats man. Was that 2001? Let me see. Hold on. Let me ask friendly Google.
Roughly around there, 2000, 2001, somewhere around
I
there.
believe it was 2001. In 2001,
No, it
was 2000.
two. Well, I guess you, because the Super Bowl's played the following year, so I guess you would say
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it was played in 2001. Yeah.
He had 22 interceptions in 2001. 22 interceptions. And if that was the year he won the Super Bowls, year before that, 2000, if it was that year, he had 18 interceptions. You could throw interceptions and still go to the dance. Keyword, you got to throw the damn ball. That's all I'm saying. And if
That's just,
I will take him because
I
right now,
refuse to agree
but
with
right
this.
now, you can't tell me somebody who we could bring in. Yeah, I asked you that question a couple weeks ago. I said, who could we bring in and win? It ain't Watson. So don't you dare say Watson. Say somebody else. I was like, who could we bring in? You was like, I don't know. So if it's I don't know, give me Jameis. Give me
And,
Flacco.
and so, once again, so let me clear this up for people that listen to episodes. I said I gave up on Watson in Cleveland, so that I won't say Watson. And I also said after that, when you asked who are we bringing in, I said I don't know, because it's still the season and we don't know who's going to be out there. I'll take Sam Darnold over Jameis. In a Stefanski system, that's a Stefanski
Okay.
quarterback. Darnold or somebody. I threw Danny Dimes out there, like I said, just because I knew he was available at that time. Somebody
Mhm.
picked him up now, but I said I don't know, because it's still the season and there's so much still that can happen. We don't know who's going to be released and who's going to be out there, and I don't know who in the hell to trust them to draft. So that's why I said I don't know. Fans out there, I don't want him to write
Okay.
my own narrative. I had to clear that up.
It was 2000.
Let's talk.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
2000,
it was
2001.
2000. So it's the 99 season,
Right.
and they played it in 2000, and then
Chill
2001
on turf.
Yeah.
he lost to Tom Brady because that was after 9/11, the 2001 season. So that was played
Mhm.
in 2002. But anyways, all right. Would things have been different for Jameis as we talk about Jameis? Would things have been different had Dustin Hopkins made those 2 field goals that he missed? Because we could be looking at a different game going into the half. They could have actually been tied up going into the half if Dustin Hopkins, who has been struggling
Yeah.
this year, struggling this year. I think he's 16 for 25. If I'm,
That's exactly what it is.
Texas
yeah,
fan
yeah.
dude. He
So
on the tape.
that that is not good. So, do you think that played a role as well into Jameis' play because he couldn't trust the kicker to get it done when he did get it into the red zone?
It played a role on the scoreboard, but as far as Jameis' play, I don't think so, because I'm still going to say that was the Pittsburgh defense and their adjustments. Yes, the kicker would have made a huge difference in the actual scoreboard, but I still think it would have been the same outcome of the play of Jameis just because of that defensive plan they had.
No way.
Okay. Now,
Disagree.
now let me ask you this, because with Jameis, we've seen the highs of the highs, and when I say the highs of the high, I'm thinking about the highs of what this offense can be potentially going forward under Ken Dorsey. Now, Ken Dorsey, the change to go to him play calling was in the middle of the season. Is this one of those things where, sort of like Freddie Kitchens, where the change is made in the middle of the season and we having this success with the offense, and then come the following season when people are accustomed to you and got the film necessary for you, the offense is going to suffer from there on, or is this something that could be sustainable in your opinion?
I think it'll be sustainable with another quarterback. Because if you look at that, that's the yin and yang of the Stefanski quarterback and the Dorsey quarterback. So everybody always wants to say that Dorsey's quarterback is the Josh Allen, but Josh Allen had a lot of rebellion in him those early years about just trying to play the way that he was used to playing, reckless abandon, taking off running, throwing picks as well too, ill-advised picks in his younger years, trying to force things. But I think Stefanski and Dorsey kind of look for the same quarterback, but that's why everybody was comparing Dorsey with that Buffalo offense, thinking that's what we were going to get, but we didn't have the quarterback for him and for Stefanski. So I think that's where we got lost in the translation with the quarterbacks and the offensive scheme and the offensive play calling. So now they just got to try and put pieces together to try and salvage a season, which is pretty much so far gone that you can't salvage it, but just to try and make it look better on the eyes so all of them aren't gone. They got to win at least 2 to 3 more games to try to make it worthy of them coming back, but I just don't see that happening.
Man, when at the beginning of the year, the announcement was made that the AFC North was going to be featured in the in-season portion of Hard Knocks. Got excited. Like, hey, there's some optimism. We got ourselves a little squad. This could be good, Spotlight the city and show us in a good light for a change. But here we are. Back at it. Same old Browns doing the same old things, man. But did y'all guys catch the first episode and wanted to get y'all thoughts on that? And man, with the Browns being at the bottom of the division, are you even interested? Are you excited still about it? Will it still entertain you?
Hey, you know you're asking the wrong guy all them questions. Yes, I watched it. Yes, I'm still gonna watch it. And yes, I enjoy every single episode of Hard Knocks. I don't care who the stars are. I don't care what team it is. I just love that inside access because it just brings back a lot of memories because they show a lot of stuff in the locker room and just how guys are with each other. And you miss that between teammates and everything if you ever was in that situation. So I just love shows like that because it just makes you miss certain times and you think about a whole bunch of other times where like, oh man, we used to do that. So yeah, I love that and I love the show. And I if it's since we're so far in the division, like you said, they're not going to give us the same amount of camera time as everybody else because they feel like it's a more compelling story of guys in the playoff hunt and the playoff pole position, such as the Steelers and the Ravens. So they're going to get the bulk of it. But the next bulk is going to come with the Bengals just because of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. So it's a star-driven business. So you got to understand that and you got to respect it. We don't have stars. So they just going to try to play the Jameis thing up so hard and fast. You can't really get that much contact out of Myles Garrett. He doesn't have that personality. Denzel, love him to death. He doesn't have that personality. They are all reserved, laid back kind of guys. So we're not going to get that much camera time. It is what it is. I still love it though. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it too. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see it. Y'all are stuck with the funniest faces, but that's okay. We're gonna keep it rolling. Say something so I make sure I'm not talking to myself. Are y'all still here?
No, we get you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna watch it because I'm excited too. But I'm just the opposite though. I think we're gonna get plenty of camera time because everybody wants a soft sob story. How one player single handedly ruined the whole Browns, and now this is what we was left with. And this is the unraveling because last year it was announced because last year with a certain other quarterback we was the most exciting team and this was the most exciting division, the AFC North. It was just greatness going on. We was throwing the ball all over the field, going to the playoffs. Everything was great, man. The sun was shining even brighter. We didn't even get snow. You see, this year we got all the snow. It was with this dreadful season. So I'm gonna still watch it because I love the Browns even still because we got the best fans in the world and the fans drive the bus. All the other people get in the back of the bus because we drive the bus. So anyway, I'm gonna enjoy it. I know I missed the first episode because I've been busy as hell. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight, and Jameis gonna be entertaining. People love a bad story, and it's gonna be good because I think Yeah, I say that for later.
Y'all look, Hard Knocks. Y'all missing out on y'all producer right here, because I'm guarantee that angle that you just said is not gonna be on there, brother. That
At all.
storyline is
Yeah.
nowhere gonna be seen.
They gonna
Will not be seen.
Why?
I'm telling you, they gonna put that grunge camera that when they went to the hood on your show, All American, and they went to that grunge camera. They gonna put that on the Browns. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh man. But hey,
So
did
I
it
got a
you
question, Zen.
yo, go ahead.
How long over or under? How long do you think Browns fans are going to continue to Deshaun Watson, like not only dragging through the mud, but
Ooh, I ain't
just
even say
bringing
his
him up?
name. I ain't even say his name. How you know that's who I was talking about? I ain't even say his name. Come on, you.
We all know. I give it 3 years because they just love to hold on to shit so far. Like I give it 3 years. It's going to continue to be talked about in this narrative.
I give you 2.
And
I say under.
I'll give you no. It truly depends, because I lived this experience living in Atlanta. Mike Vick and the dog fighting. I lived that. Let me tell you, if you get a Matt Ryan next year who will come in and instantly win, man, you're not gonna be bringing up that name like that.
Nope.
It just depends on what the rookie quarterback that they bring in next season do.
He ain't
Because
gonna play.
winning a race, all that, and they'll move on and move past that on to the next chapter. Like
You
you'll keep
sure?
the memories. You'll keep the memories of Mike. We kept the memories of Mike. We still rock the 7 jerseys to the Georgia Dome, but I mean, it moved on like it was a new day. So it just depends on what that rookie quarterback
That's
do.
what happened, man. Move on. Look, it don't even have to be a rookie. It could be you give Jameis a full season. Give Flacco a full season.
Okay,
We will
B,
never even
give it a
remember
break.
number
Give it a
4.
rest. Give it a rest. Give it a rest.
No.
Give it a rest. Give it a rest. Give it a rest, brother. Give it a rest. All right. Look, hey, did the Hard Knocks give you any insight into our Browns? Did y'all learn any? Well, B, you didn't catch it,
Right.
but for Coach E, did you learn anything or see anything that you was able to glean from watching that first episode about the Browns?
No, not really. Not at all. Probably just because I'm a homer with the information with the Browns and like what's going on in the organization anyway. So it's not too much that they can show me that I really didn't expect or already know. So no, I didn't get anything different than I already known out of that episode. Brown side, but everybody else, yeah. But I also, so it's the opening scene. I'm not gonna give you the whole like spoiler thing, B. But
Look,
it's the
hold up.
very
I know where you about to go,
Right.
and that's what was gonna be my opening that B stepped on. Go ahead, E.
Come
Set it up.
on.
I'm glad
Run
you're
it
saying
up.
this, man.
Run it up.
so it's the opening scene of this very first episode is greetings from all 4 coaches.
Right.
And if you look and listen at all 4 coaches, I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care if you don't know the game of football. I don't care if you don't know these people or these teams. You can distinctly pick out the leader of men and who are followed and like just revered and who's a good coach, a great coach. You can see that from the very speaking of words immediately. It's crazy. When I saw that scene, I said, "Oh my gosh, this is so telling." That I mean, the stuff I already knew, but it's just so crazy how that just plays out like that. Whoever cut that up like that, and whoever thought about doing that shot like that, genius, because you can't compare anything to it. It's just crazy. I love that opening scene.
Yeah, we back to business, and our business is winning. I was like, oh,
Who
that
said
right
that?
there.
Who said
We
that?
put
Was
that
it
in the
Tomlin?
Who do you
catalog right
think?
there.
Was that Tomlin?
That's
Who
going
do
in
you
the
think said
catalog.
that?
I said Tomlin. Was that
Yes.
Tomlin?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
But
that's
it's
going right into my repertoire right there, bro. And I was like,
Oh
yes,
yeah.
I like
Oh
that.
yeah. Look, I ain't even got to
but
see
it,
it to
it,
know that's who it is. Like I know exactly who that mother is. I know who it is. No, he a good
but it's
coach.
just
Great coach.
it's the tone, the setting the tone, grabbing the attention of the room, and changing the energy in the room to where you want it to be and how you can dictate it. It's so crazy. Kevin doesn't have it, and the Cincinnati coach doesn't have it. Harbaugh has it. It's just not in the Tomlin way, but it's still assertive. It's
Yeah.
still setting the tone. It's still the alpha male in the room and in the organization. It's just crazy. We need a man as a coach, a leader of men. That's what we need as a coach. Maybe the whole narrative of the Browns will change. We haven't had that. Like, if you go through the whole list of coaches that we've ever had, we haven't had that. And a lot of people going to say Belichick, but Belichick was not Belichick when he was here.
Nah, he
So
wasn't
that doesn't
Belichick.
even count.
Nah,
So
you
we've
onto something.
never had that.
Yeah, you onto something. You onto something. Cause hey man, I found out real. You know I love telling my Tomlin story. I found out real quick why nobody was bothering Tomlin when he was at the AAU game. So after that experience here, I can definitely see that he will cuss out, grab, wrestle, whatever he got to do with them players, and he definitely command respect. But my hat's off
But
to him.
it's not even that though. Like, it's not even the cuss out yell.
No,
It's
I mean
just
he
the
ain't got to.
assertiveness.
Right? You have because, and then when I say cuss out, I mean because some people they ain't got to. You know what I mean? Like you ever, I'm sure you've met plenty of people in your day where they ain't even had to yell, but you knew not to mess with them. You knew to listen to what they had to say. You knew that you better
My,
do what they had to say or what they told you. But they ain't
my
have to.
grandfather.
Right? Mine too. Mine too. Exactly. They called him Big Herb. Yeah, it's like you better look at him. Big Herb, well, he remind me of dude Sherman Hemsley. Is it Sherman Hemsley from Amen? He
Hmm.
remind me of him. He's a real short fella, but it was like he was big. I stood up too straight. He pulled a knife on me. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, so it's just certain people just they know how to command that respect. And I give you Kevin, dude does not do it. He's more of a Zen master, and he might be in the wrong place with the Zen and the calmness because sometimes you have to be a jerk because sometimes people won't listen. I mean, maybe in your profession, if you be real nice, people won't listen because they already aggressive.
Hey, just don't let that dude from Cuyahoga Falls that went to Walsh Jesuit get out to lead a city again. I think
You're
we'll be all
right.
right. That's just my take.
He could be it.
But
He could be
Who
it.
was that?
yeah,
Who was that? I don't know who you talking about. Who you talking about?
Mike
Mikey.
Vrabel.
Mikey Vrabel.
I'm so sick of this Vrabel guy. He ain't
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Bruh.
I'm
This
sick
guy
of
doesn't
it.
like Vrabel.
What does
This
Vrabel
is
do? What did he do? What did he
oh my
do?
gosh.
What did he do?
Let us move on, Zen. I'm not going there
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
we can
yeah,
go
yeah.
another
Uh,
40
Let
minutes.
me see.
Yes,
Cause I swear,
please.
every
All
time
right.
I look it up, I don't see nothing. I'm not impressed with Mike Vrabel as y'all are. But go ahead, man. We'll
Okay.
move on.
All
Unbelievable.
right. All right. Look.
He 54 and
We
45.
we we started talking about a little bit of winning when it came to Mike Tomlin.
Ooh.
So I want to continue down this path of winning, and I want to talk about the 11-1 Kansas City Chiefs. All right. So I want to dissect the team with this best record. I said 11-1. Pardon me, they're 12-1 because they squeaked out yet another victory against the LA Chargers, 19-16. And
Mm-hmm.
the Chargers had this. They had every opportunity. They handed that game to them. And this is just not the first game like this. They have a entire season of games like this where teams just blow it. The Chargers should have went down, scored a touchdown instead of kicking a field goal, but they kicked the field goal. Then the kicker on the kickoff does not land the kick in the what is it called? The landing
Landing
zone. He
zone.
doesn't
Mm-hmm.
it, and puts the ball on the 40. Right there, the game was over. Man,
You knew it.
Mr. I can get the ball down there in 14 seconds against the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. Of course, this is easy then. That's light work then. I'm like, and but look, even then, the kicker was like, "Hey, I just still want to sprinkle on a little bit more suspense," and doinked it off the upright before it went in. So I'm like, how lucky can one team be? So, Coach E, I know you say we go back and forth. We on opposite ends of this. I'm like, there's no way they can win another Super Bowl like this. Do you believe teams will keep tripping over themselves and this is how the Chiefs will become the first team to win 3 straight Super Bowls.
So Zen, I'm glad you asked me that because I've been explaining this to people all day, and especially since that Los Angeles Chargers win. You got to think about it, man. For the last 5 to 6 years, these guys have been playing until the Super Bowl. Those are very long seasons. They are like the most seasoned group that you can be in any. You've been in every situation. You've been in every pressure situation. You've been in every game scenario situation. So at this point, you've built up a certain callous and comfortability for those moments. You don't even feel those moments anymore. You just know it's that time to do what you've been doing for the last 5 or 6 years. So when they first popped on the scene, the defense was shaky and they had to outscore everybody. So that's why they always say Patrick Mahomes is having a down year. He's not having, because you are comparing it to the freaking seasons that he had at the beginning where they had to outscore everybody when their defense wasn't what they are right now. So now he doesn't have to do that. He can get away with having these 200-yard games here, 300-yard games here, one touchdown. It's been a couple games that he's had no touchdowns. But it's just the situation that the defense puts the team in. They get stops. They literally get stops in timely times. So it's the combination of them playing that long in these high pressure games and in these playoff games and in these Super Bowls. They gel as a team. They come together. They don't really have a lot of new guys. If you look at Kansas City, they don't really go outside. Of course, they got D Hop and stuff like that. But without D Hop, everybody's been there for some years and been in these situations together. So they feed off of each other. They know what each other's going to do in the moments. They know nobody's going to quiver and like fall shaking and be nervous in a certain moment. They know they got Patrick Mahomes. They know they have Chris Jones on defense. They know they have number 32. I forgot his name, the black linebacker dude. They know they have him on defense. They know they have the corners. They know they got Spags as the defensive coordinator. They know they got Andy Reid as an offensive coordinator and one hell of a head coach, might be the best head coach in the game. So they are just pacing themselves to get to the playoffs. Then that's when you turn it on. They've been pacing themselves because if they turn it on now, they will be dead freaking tired by the time the playoffs come just because of these 5-6 years that they've been playing so long. So why would they burn themselves out like that? When they get to the fourth quarter and it's time to win, you can literally see that switch. All right, y'all. I guess we just got to win. It could be a minute left in the game, and they just flip that switch just like that. Just hence all these games. I think all these games has been like a one possession game all year, right? If not every game or like every one but one. They just know the moments. They know when to turn it on just because they've been in these situations so long. And like you said, if you down by 5 or by 3 with a minute left, you got Patrick Mahomes. You're about to win. So that's just what they've been doing, pacing themselves. When they get to the playoffs, they'll turn it on. When they get to the Super Bowl, they know how to win. That's why they're still my pick to win the Super Bowl, just because they're just a seasoned veteran group. And that defense is so underrated. A lot of people talk about the defense, but they don't talk about them the way they need to be talked about. That's one hell of a defense, man. And Chris Jones needs to be brought up as Defensive Player of the Year in some of these years because he's been like a shutdown guy. Whenever they need a big sack, he's the guy. Whenever they need a pass rush to cause a turnover, he's the guy. Whenever they need to stop on like the goal line or a fourth down, he's the guy. So he needs to start getting some of these defensive player notices, at least this year, if not years before.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Look, nothing from Mr. Tablet.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. I do have something, man. The Chiefs, they on definitely cruise control. I agree 100% with E because playoff patty is a real thing. In fact, it's only one squad that I know. If they go up against them, I think they gonna upset the Chiefs. Cause you putting a lot on the Chiefs, E, but you also gotta remember these other teams, and Zen been screaming it all year that they've been beatable, but these other teams have dropped the ball. I mean, one dude they missing field goals, I think. Another dude got it blocked. So they are definitely beatable, but playoff patty is different. But can I say it now? Can I please say it now? Who I think will beat them? No, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait.
Well, go look.
No, I'll wait.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
we'll go ahead. Go ahead, because you know, with the Buffalo loss to the Rams, the Chiefs pretty much have sealed the deal on that number one seed in the AFC. So, is there any AFC teams good enough to be able to go into Arrowhead, because that's where they're gonna have to go to what Nick Wright calls the Arrowhead Invitational? They're gonna have to go in there and have to beat the Chiefs. Is there any team in the AFC good enough to beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, or do we have to wait for someone from the NFC to see them in the Super Bowl?
Indeed.
I don't think. Oh, go ahead, B, because you got to give your pick too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give my pick, man. I feel real dirty saying this, and I actually may call a bookie after this episode. Put it on in because it's plus 3,000. But them damn Steelers are
Oh
goddamn
shit!
dangerous. And if they meet up with the Chiefs, because everybody talking about the Ravens, no, it's not the Ravens. Buffalo is owned by the Chiefs, but I'm telling you, if them Steelers go against the Steelers will win, and they will win the Super Bowl. That's my Morpheus moment. Plus 3,000. Ride with me.
And I'm gonna go right after that and say no. I don't think anybody in the NFC will beat them, especially in Arrowhead. You just said it. So many teams have been this close to beating them. Denver, all they needed to do was make a 23-yard field goal, and it got
Mm-hmm.
blocked. Why did it get blocked? Because the lineman on the line, one of them got nervous in the moment and didn't
Mm-hmm.
block who they were supposed to block. And
Exactly.
boom, just like that. Chiefs doing what they do in pressure situations, not being nervous, still knowing that the game is on the line. So I'm going to go balls hard 150% on this last play. When they think they won the game, this is a chip shot field goal. Somebody's going to let up. Oh, what do you know? That's exactly what happened. Then with that kicker, they're not getting it in the landing zone. Turd cutter got real tight.
Mm-hmm.
His butthole was this big, kicking that ball off. Nervous in the moment. Now he blew it. Gave the ball to them on the 40. It's so many games it's like that. All you need is that one person to freeze up, and that's usually the other team, because everybody on Kansas City has been in these moments, and I don't see them freezing up. And they still don't even have Rice back yet. Let's
Mm-hmm.
not forget about that, guys.
Correct.
Rice is coming back. That's going to
Okay.
be another weapon. Now you got D Hop, Kelsey, and Rice. And now Worthy is coming to his own. He came along way faster than everybody thought as a rookie. Everybody thought he was just a speedster. He's showing that he's actually a football player. And I remember telling y'all that he was one of the fastest guys I've ever seen that could still run every route in the route tree. So, and they ain't even scratched the surface with this playbook yet.
Nah,
Okay.
they definitely
So
stacked. But I'm telling you, them Steelers, in them moments you talking about, them Steelers ain't gonna want to see that dude y'all was talking about earlier either. Mike Tomlin. They don't want to go talking about Mike Tomlin, my asshole was tight. No, because he gonna ream you out a bigger asshole. Pause, pause, no diddy, no diddy. Y'all just said it earlier. Who you want to face? Who you want to go back home to and say, oh, I'm sorry too? You want Tomlin or the Chiefs? They don't want to see Tom. Tomlin is that man who gonna give them that extra oomph. I'm telling you. This feel like one of them this
that's
years.
it's a possibility. I'm not gonna rule it out because, like E was saying earlier about Tomlin and his coaching, I won't necessarily say he gonna chew him out. Yeah, that's that possibility, but
Yeah.
it's more so the moxie, the swagger that he will give that team going into a game like that. That's what I think more so, to where it's that confidence boost that he can
Yeah.
give them to help propel them in that type of situation. And that's what I see. But that's a possibility. But hey, I just wanted to know. So you said nobody. I know you got them winning. If you had to say, E, that you think what team has the best chance of defeating them in a playoff or in a Super Bowl, who do you think has the best shot that you see out there?
Detroit.
Detroit. I'm with you. I'm with you. Dan
Mm-hmm.
Campbell is a
Detroit.
monster. Dan Campbell on
Mm-hmm.
some, and you talk about an offense that can do something to that defense. That's what I
Yeah.
think, that schematically can actually do something to that Kansas City defense. Man, what Ben
So
Johnson is doing as an OC over there, I think he can possibly come up, and then with the gutsiness and the just the all in that Dan Campbell has. Now, if you was talking about somebody you don't want to go back to, that's Dan Campbell. But but yeah, I
And
think
what
they
Aaron
do.
Glenn is doing with the defense, he
Yeah,
got so many
that too.
people out, and they still doing what they doing. So that lets you know that. So Charles said it last episode. It's not always about the X's and O's; it's about the Joes. But in this situation, it's about the X's and O's because his system, he knows how to tailor it to the people that are still playing that he has to his disposal. So I think that. And one more thing, the Detroit team, the way they play, that's how I envisioned Ohio State playing. That two back weaponry, the receivers, and that defense. That's how I envisioned Ohio State was supposed to play this year. Hopefully, they play like that in the playoff and they'll be unstoppable. But I don't know. Ryan Day is still there.
Ryan Day is there, and Chip Kelly is your offensive coordinator. And I'm gonna
Right.
tell you, like, dude, I don't know how it. I don't know if that was necessarily the smartest thing to do, but we gonna get to that. But
Yeah.
we gonna definitely get to that. But all right. Oh, the only thing that I say about Detroit, pass rush. Zadarius Smith is gonna have to get a little bit more, because if not, if you don't get no pass rush against Patty,
Exactly.
that's where he gonna light you up. That's the only weakness or
But
flaw that could be with Detroit. But everything else I love about them.
They
but
won't
even
win.
with this game, Bosa and Mack and Derwin James and everybody that was sending them this, they sacked them 5 times. So they had a pass rush on them, but it was just that time to win.
Yeah, but look, that's the difference between this is Justin Herbert had who to throw to, because his top receiver is Lad McConkey. Is it McConkey or McConkey
Yeah,
or
he, McConkey, but
that
he was
Georgia
out too,
receiver?
though.
Yeah, right. And so that's what I'm saying. He had nobody to throw to. On the other side,
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff got Amon-Ra St. Brown. He got Tim Patrick. He got Laporta. He got weapons.
Jameson.
Yeah, Jameson. Oh my God, how I forget my sorry, Roll Tide. I forgot about you. But look, and then he got Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, like you
Montgomery.
said. Like, man,
Mm-hmm. That's
that's gonna
stacked,
be the
dude.
difference. Yeah, exactly. That's where, okay, you might have to actually score some points to keep up with
Yeah.
this one. If they were to see, that's the Super Bowl that I wouldn't mind seeing. I could get excited for that Super Bowl right there. All right.
But I still
Uh-huh.
got Green Bay going to the Super Bowl, beating Detroit in the NFC
Green
Championship game.
Bay.
I still have that. Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
He said
Because
Green
if you
Bay.
pay attention to both of those games, Detroit barely won on some last minute Kansas City Chiefs stuff. Green Bay is right there. All they need is a couple plays here and there to go their way. They can win.
Neither one of them
Okay.
teams
All right.
coming out the West, man. Coming out the West, man. NFC, them Bucks, baby. We back in it. Them Bucks. We back in it.
Next topic, Zan, please.
We
Yeah.
back in
Yeah.
it. Yes,
All right.
sir.
All right. So we got a little taste of winning in our mouths, but now I got to bring us back down and let's talk about some losers now. Yeah. I got to talk about these cellar dwellers. So, all right, in the NFL, so we got with 2 wins right now, we got the Las Vegas Raiders and we got the New York Giants. With 3 wins, we got the Carolina Panthers, the New England Patriots, the Tennessee Titans, the New York Jets, Jacksonville Jaguars, and our Cleveland Browns. That's a lot of bad teams right there. All right, so from this list, Coach E, I want to ask you, and I'm going somewhere with this. I want to ask you, how many of these teams you think need to draft a quarterback in next year's draft?
What's the list again? You said
All right, let me run it off.
Carolina.
The Raiders, Giants, Panthers, Patriots, Titans, Jets, Jaguars, and our Browns.
Good shit. Browns, Jaguars, Jets, Raiders, and Giants. All need quarterbacks. And believe it or not, little man, little feller, as Byron would say, roll tide. He's actually coming along. I watched that I watched that Philly game while I was watching the Browns game. I like the way he played. Like if they allow him to play like that and they keep that system like that for him, I kind of like him in that system. They just got to keep him clean because he's a little feller. But
We
if
need
they can
little
keep him
fella.
clean and he can do that, but everybody else, absolutely. All those other teams need a quarterback. New England, no, because he
They
can
just
turn
drafted
out to be
somebody.
something depending on how they use him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't need no I think he can be a decent, serviceable guy. In Tennessee, you still got to see what you got in Levis. You still got to give him some time.
You want to give
So,
that some time? Ah, I'm
I mean,
surprised.
what like
I I think the
what
verdict
else
is
would they
out on
do?
that one.
Start over? You think so?
Yes, yes. I think the verdict is out on it. He's back
Now,
up.
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's good. I'm just saying, just see what he is. Trust me, Tennessee has time. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. So what's the rush?
Okay.
What?
All right.
What about the
So
Jaguars? Why they still got J-Law? He's still new. Why y'all gonna draft another?
Sunshine's done.
Why? Why he done? He wasn't bad. They gotta give him
What
some
has he
players.
done?
Why? What's he
What?
done?
Because he's not good.
He ain't been horrible. He ain't been horrible,
Okay.
horrible. I mean, take away your personal vendetta against him and look
I
at
don't
his
have a
play.
personal vendetta at all against him. He's just not good.
You always call him Goldilocks. You can't call that for a football player, man.
That's
You call him
because his
Goldilocks.
hair.
So he's
He
good.
has long,
Man, Zen,
flowy
you
golden
second that?
hair.
Do you second that, Zen? He's a bad player.
he has underperformed.
Okay.
He has had one good season in out of all his seasons, and now his rookie season wasn't his fault. They made the dumb mistake of hiring Urban Meyer. I knew that
Yeah,
had potential to go sideways, just
that's your
off
taboo
rip.
asterisk.
Yeah, yeah. The other ones under Doug Peterson, you had the first season, they made it to the playoffs, made it to the second round, and ever since then, look, it hasn't been pretty since. They gave him the money based off of that one playoff performance, but that's the
Yeah.
only reason that they'll probably wind up not drafting a quarterback is because they made that hefty investment in him. But
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to be wrong on what was supposed to be a generational talent. He was supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be, but he hasn't turned out to be that so far. But
Okay.
all right, but that leads me to my next question. So, from what you watched so far in this college season, Coach E, are there enough quarterbacks to satisfy the demand this upcoming season or this upcoming
No,
draft?
it's not.
So I again follow me, see where I'm going with this. So it's got me wondering why do we struggle so much in the developmental process of quarterbacks? Like why can't we? It's the most important position. You think you put dedicate so much resources towards that. Why aren't we seeing returns when it comes to the quarterback position?
So it goes back to what I said earlier a couple years ago on the pod about the offenses in college not translating to the offenses of the NFL because of the age barriers. But it's a lot of teams that's trying to get progressive in that, like the Carolinas. They got that young offensive coordinator that understands the spread and stuff and getting space and letting the quarterback work with different targets. Doesn't have to be big name targets, but just giving him alleys to throw the ball, keep the quarterback clean, get the ball out, let him run a little bit here and there. So it's starting to turn. It's starting to turn, but it hasn't turned all the way. So those other organizations that you named, though, it's still kind of like, I don't want to say old school organizations, but still coaches that are just stuck in their ways and don't want to change a system to fit a player because everybody says that's not what you want to do. You don't want to put your franchise in that situation. You just have to find the right guy for that quarterback and that situation. I don't think it's hard to do. You just have to let go of certain things, tradition being one of them, and try to win. Winning should be the end all be all. So if you have to switch the system and change it to against your like football beliefs as an old school guy, you just have to do that. You have to stay relevant because the game is constantly changing. And plus these defenses as well. These defensive players are bigger, faster, stronger, and younger and starting to get used to playing against this traditional football because you have so many other options and so many ways to attack a defense in college. So they're used to that. They're used to having to read so many different keys because you still got the read option, you got the RPO. Yes, they have a version of that stuff in the NFL, but it's just totally different from the college game. You have to you have to defend the whole field in a college game. In the NFL game, it's kind of one sided because of certain stars. You always have to feed this guy the ball because you paid him so much. So you tend to look to one side of the field instead of in college. You got five receivers that are spread out wide as hell that you can distribute the ball evenly to because of the schemes of the offense to get that certain player in that side of the offense or in whatever wide open. So I think it's a little bit of both like that. So the development of that is going to have to come from a guy that understands these concepts that are used in the college game. If you want to try to teach somebody like that the NFL style of playing, but they haven't like taken a lot of snaps under center. So that's like you start from scratch. You got to teach a kid to take a snap under center because I guarantee he hasn't done it in high school. Guarantee he hasn't done it in college. Probably like on a fourth down quarterback sneak, maybe, but that's not taking a snap, play action, turning it back to a defense and turning around and trying to read it again. That's going to be hard as hell at the NFL level to just teach that right out the gate to somebody who's never done that before. So I think that's the biggest thing that nobody has figured out how to do.
All right, you making that face, B. Go ahead, man. You,
What?
you said you
No,
had something that you were saving for this
no.
part of
I
the
already said what I was saying.
episode. So
Steelers gonna win the Super Bowl. I mean, no. Other than that, man, look, they don't even got the mock draft. They don't even have the Browns drafting the quarterback. Plus, that's why I'm telling you guys, you don't want to play a rookie quarterback for everything E just said. And it sounded like E said use analytics, but we ain't gonna say that. But yo, it
I
just
never said anything
you
like
say
that.
you got to change up the game, be progressive. E, that's what you literally just said. You was telling your
That
subconscious to
has
start
nothing to
using
do with
analytics.
analytics.
Progressiveness is
That is the
analytics.
scheme of no, that is the scheme of offense. Being
Analytics,
progressive, changing
change it up.
no, changing the NFL way to fit a college quarterback. It's
Maybe,
not analytics
maybe
at
I
all.
thought I was hearing stuff. But yo, the NFL is the best of the best of the best, except for Watson. Other than that, I mean, it's all good, great, the greatest people. So I'm saying that to say this is why I'm saying y'all can't start no rookie quarterback fresh off the boat and to put into the Browns offense. And this don't even have us drafting a QB. So I'm like, oh God. But let me ask you, college watching gentlemen, who has the big arm in college? Who's the big arm QB? Everybody talk about Cam Ward and all these other people. Who's the big arm guy?
Or Shador.
Shador? Yeah, they 1 and 2. I'm looking at. Something else interesting. I'll say this piece and I hush. Travis Hunter. I never seen this before. Position ATH. I'm like, is that short for athlete?
Athlete.
So
yes,
right, I looked it
Yeah, it
up.
is.
That's remarkable. That is actually remarkable. I'm actually
because
I'm glad to
nobody
see
knows
that.
what he's gonna play.
That's
In
all
the
right.
Yeah,
NFL,
it's
it's
Athlete.
way.
Yeah, that's all right.
kids get recruited as an ATH. No,
Hmm.
that's not new.
I ain't
It's
never
been
seen
around
it.
there for years.
Why
Yeah,
nobody else got it? As I go down this list, I don't see that on
nobody,
nobody else's
nobody
name.
Because
is
nobody
on
plays
college.
both ways like him.
Oh, he go both ways. Pause, man. Pause. You got to stop this, E. Mr. Analytics. Go ahead, man. We wasting time, man. Go ahead, man. We
All
wasting time.
right, man. Look, on that note, fellas.
I said this would go. Oh, I'm on a different clock. That's what's going on. I was like, this about to be the shortest pod ever. I'm on a different clock.
Oh man. But yes.
Hey,
On that note, fellas.
Y'all
That was
silly.
great.
Yeah, y'all silly.
Great conversation tonight, fellas. Great conversation. So you hear that sound, you hear that sound. So you know what that means. Good pod, good pod. Hey, Coach E.
Yes, Bright Room's in. Welcome back.
You got a post-game word for the people.
Yes, indeed I do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather around, taking all eyes on me. Today's word is, what is your system? What system do you have in place in order to get better? What system do you have in place in order to accomplish everything that you're trying to accomplish? Because trust and believe, you're going to need a system. This is not a fly-by-night situation. You're talking about your life and succeeding in your life. So you better have the right system in place. You better have the right team in place that fits your system. Because if you don't, it's very hard to do this all alone. So have the right team in place with your system to navigate your system and to perfect your system to get to where you need to be. And those people will come with you because they will help you. Because why? They're part of your system. So get you a system together that works for you and only for you. You're not doing this for anybody else. Get your system together. So what is your system?
All right, let's go.
Win on me, win on three. 1, 2, 3.
Win!
It sounds so sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons. Mr. Taboo was on one today. We're going to check that cup for more than Jack or cheating on Jack. I think it was a little something sprinkled in there, Zen. We're going to remain nameless of the product that I'm thinking about. With that being said, see you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to Game for All Seasons with Coach E. Remember to hit the like or subscribe button on Coach E's YouTube channel. To listen on the go, download wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow Coach E on Instagram, X, and TikTok at BigF216. Contact us at www.perfecttimefitness.com for one-on-one or group training sessions. Our theme music provided by Mr. Taboo Timmons on SoundCloud at Mr. Taboo Timmons. Once again, thanks for listening and see you next week.